Yo, you know what it is? Attitude Era Podcast. Solid defense by Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton retains. Tiffany Stratton retains. Y'all know what it is. I'm King HP, General Manager of the Click, and this is Gamage, Game Time Gamage with that New York Knick energy right now. You know what I mean? Is that what this is about? Is that what this
Yeah.
is? That's what's going on right now? Because if you got that Knick energy, we gonna need it,
I'm
brother.
sorry if you're a Celtics fan, but
Mm.
we smoking
Mm.
that
Hey,
Celtic pack
hey,
right now, man.
damn, they smoking that. Oh, can we pull up a little
Hey,
Knickerbocker in? You know what I'm saying?
hey, man.
Hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. What up, Chris Wiley? Salute to you in the chat, Adam. JP, what up? What up? What up? Click gang, y'all know what it is. Wednesday Night Wars. Definitely the polls go up tonight. But yo, let's talk SmackDown. Let's talk SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton gets the dub. Um, Vinny, what up? What up? What up? Uh, I'm okay with the dub. I was just saying I wanted Nia to win though, but I'm okay with Tiffany. How far you see her reign going?
May- Maybe SummerSlam.
Maybe SummerSlam. Okay, Nia Jax. The reason I was hoping Nia Jax would win because one, SmackDown is becoming this thing, right? We're gonna talk about this a little bit later with the Street Profits and where they're defending their titles. Uh, and the quality of matches that's been happening in their division. Holy shit. Holy fook. Bang ding ow. Something wrong. We too low. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I ain't gonna say it because I probably get in a lot of trouble. But that was definitely a spoof on what happened on a national news network when some shit came out the sky. Anyway, I say those things about the holy fook because the tag team division is cooking. I thought Nia was gonna do it tonight. I thought Nia was gonna be a new champ, and maybe they could ping pong the titles back and forth between now and SummerSlam between her and Tiff. Being that Tiffany beat her for that title. I was wrong, brother. I was wrong. Looked like the move at the end was a little botchy because Nia squashed her.
Yeah, that
Like,
was nasty. I don't know.
yo, them hey, if you ever want to practice, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? I'll see. But I mean that move looked like, it looked like it might have hurt though. But this thing with Naomi and Jade coming to the ring, causing pandemonium, right? Uh I think they could have left them out of it. Why we got Naomi coming to the ring? Jade, the beef there ain't over. It ain't over, clearly, because as soon as Naomi came with a chair to unleash hell, she's still wearing a caution tape, different caution outfits. Jade comes following her out. They battle it out to the stands.
Yeah,
Prayers up tonight on that chair shot. Damn, it was that bad, brother.
oh yeah,
I saw it.
yo, that, that blood was crazy, bro. And that
She
was
was leaking,
probably
leaking.
like that's probably why after Tiffany pinned her, you didn't see her face after the match. They kept the camera away from her.
Hmm. She leaking. She soaking wet. She leaking. She soaking wet. Damn. Oh shit. Her shit was busted. Hopefully not. Hopefully, the Crimson Mask. Damn. How did I'm watching it. Tiff took a real bad fall off the top rope. Yo, there's a lot of little rough spots tonight in that
Yeah,
match.
man.
Not that they were purposeful, or or maybe they were. Maybe the kick to the chair shot to the face of Nia Jax was maybe a receipt for botching that when she was trying to power bomb her off the rope and it couldn't go and she just took the squash in the corner. You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
But
I'm surprised
and what's
Tiffany could still breathe after that.
That's a lot of when she come down with that move, if she don't plant herself properly, you could take a it don't take a lot to knock the wind out of somebody. You know what I'm saying? So salute to those two women. But Joe Tessitore, it was a classic. Stop it.
He
These
got me in.
announcers.
He got me annoyed once he was like the anticipated women's match. I'm like, who wanted this? We wanted this. Who wanted this? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think the announcers. I mean, they do a good job a lot of times selling it, but like you don't gotta don't spit in my face and tell me it's right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I know it's not a classic. You had a match tonight that was pretty up there in that tag team division, and I don't like the payoffs. And we're gonna get to that because that's called bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Uh People need to be on PLEs when they show up and show out. But yeah, man, enough with that women's title. But in case you didn't know, and still WWE's women, why is the women's championship not undisputed?
that's a good question.
Like, if you tell me the Universal title was brought in, what happened to the women's Universal title?
I think they removed that name years ago.
Because what it sounded like a women's Universal. Like,
I think they had
Joe
changed it.
Tessitore. Go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say they changed it once they introduced the world title that's on Raw.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. The title is clearly disputed. It's been disputed when Kevin Owens went against Cody the last two times, won a Saturday Night Main Event, and then going into the Royal Rumble. There's the disputation. Like, it's disputed. There's a guy walking around with another world title. That's the WWE. Like, clear. Like, we ain't even talking about the World Heavyweight Championship on the other show. We talking about. And then what's
Uh,
the so you're the WWE undisputed champion going against, because you know Crown Jewel, it's champ versus the World Heavyweight Championship for the Crown Jewel Championship. Like, just stop saying undisputed champion, bro. It was only undisputed when Roman did it, and he was one champ with two belts going across, and then you made the gold belt.
right.
It's still a gold belt, but it's just the WWE Championship. That's it. It ain't undisputed. And all these bum ass motherfuckers winning the belt who walking, nah, they ain't bums. Cody wasn't a bum, neither is John Cena, but you're not undisputed because you didn't unify anything. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah,
watch this in boxing. Unless you take two titles with you, then you are still the
just the
undisputed when you have
regular.
all four majors. You have the oh my god. Yo, my brain is not click. Let me sip this water. Got this distilled, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's still just the WWE champion.
Champion. Now that's some good agua. You know what I'm saying? Some of the finest. That shit is from the Himalayan mountains and is poured directly into my cup. But no, I think I just hate it because you're actually making the title like you're people who are starting to come back to wrestling. Why is it undisputed? Like, you undisputed means there is no other champion.
Yeah,
And you clearly have another world champion on another show that will fight your champion at Crown Jewel.
yeah. Unless they do title for title, it's not undisputed to me.
Yeah, so I ain't even gonna refer to it as undisputed anymore. You know what I'm saying? Um, what up? What up? What up? Nia squashed her brain. Nia squashed her brain. Nia squashed her brain is crazy. But yeah, I'll just refer to it as WWE Championship. But now we ain't gonna get mad today. You know what I'm saying? I just just things that HP wonders. Like, why? Why are you keeping up the facade? Don't spit in my face and tell me it's raining. I am going to question what you tell me. In life, anybody. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me, you know, it's grass is outside and I see nothing but weeds, I'm like, bro, that ain't even grass. You're gonna be like, oh, now he's a shrubbery expert. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this just is what it is. Um, but anyway, salute to Tiffany Stratton. Can we talk about these street profits?
Let's talk about it, man.
Okay, I gotta mention Monday Night Raw. Get rid of the fucking New Day's championships. Make them have to go very soon. SummerSlam is a great opportunity to do this. Champion versus champion to make undisputed belts because the Raw tag team title side sucks. But if you add them to what you have on SmackDown, where the champions have to go, you now got some shit because I am hereby saying that the WWE Tag Team Champion or Tag Team SmackDown Championship division is their best division.
Yeah,
Um,
that's probably the one thing they're doing way better than Raw, like way better.
way
Yeah,
light years better. So, um, I definitely do think that Raw lost a lot, but let's talk about these So remember, Los Garjas, they might be broken up because a boy stormed off. But tonight we got to see DIY taking on Fraxium. And Fraxium has come up from the NXT roster, and they are still um they killing it. I mean, they doing what they doing, you know.
honest, honestly, the tag team division for SmackDown has been the highlight of SmackDown for like the past couple of months.
100%. 100%. And I think that with SmackDown being what it is, uh why okay, let me just be blunt. The tag team championships, Fraxian beat the champs last week. This week they go against DIY. Crazy match. DIY Street Profits been having great matches through and through and through, right? And here's my issue. Raxium's supposed to get a tag title shot. Street Profits talking to him in the back. What up, Click? I see y'all in there in the building. I noticed the Horsemen losing members, but we ain't gonna say nothing.
Uh-oh.
Why they say, look, we already talked to Nick Aldis about it. You know what I'm saying? We already got this handled. And then Montez Ford says it clearly. It's not gonna be at Money in the Bank. So I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a Saturday night main event, right? Then he says it's not gonna be a Saturday night main event. It's gonna be next week on SmackDown.
The fact that you have your biggest highlight not on a PLE is it's fucking
Again,
ridiculous.
again. No backlash, no WrestleMania. They fought the night before Backlash. They fought the night before WrestleMania. They did press like they was on WrestleMania. Because remember, they went on Cam show. It is what it is with Mace. And they were talking. Cam was like, yo, Cam Savage, he called it out. You know what I'm saying? He called it out. And I just can't. I can't.
Yeah,
I
nah.
just can't. I hate it. I'm gonna be tuned in next week. But can we stop the fucking bullshit? Hey, I want y'all to notice something. Watch this. I'm gonna put up Mike. You see how Mike name got that S? You know what I'm saying? They say I walk around like I got an S on my chest. Nah, that's a Semioro. You know what I'm saying? You see that? You see that? You see how Vinny got that? You see how Mike got that? You see how Vinny got that? Let me show you with the number one. Let me show you with the Horseman number one pick. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got that. He ain't got that. He ain't got that. So I'm just calling it how I see it, brother. You know what I'm saying? I'm just calling
Solo,
it
what
how I
up?
see it. No shots thrown, no shots thrown. I'm just calling it. Just being honest, I was a little flabbergasted when I saw your name in the white. I was like, wow. Is that mean he's requesting a trade? Uh, does that put him in the free agent pool for pickup? Nah, but uh Nah, I'm sick and tired of Street Profits not, and even if they're okay with it because they are leading the shows going into the home, I PLEs is what you're building for. PLEs essentially is what is going to draw the eyes. Essentially, these goddamn people, and how Vince used to have it running. I don't know if it's still any different. They're blah, 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 blah. There are PLE bonuses financially. There are bonuses for all PLEs for WWE wrestlers. So again, I get it. You want to keep SmackDown ratings up. Not mad at that. Not mad at that. But I am mad at no title shots, no street profits on the last Saturday night main event. Kind of counts like a PLE.
Yeah,
It works like a PLE. I don't know if the finances work, but the way they do it, you know what I'm saying? Kevin, I ain't gonna read your comment out loud, but salute to you, good fella. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's a thing for them. Why? I get it, the ratings, I get it, but to me, it's just at this point, it's getting disrespectful. I see once Mania, okay, you forgot a backlash, brother, but now you said no Money in the Bank and no Saturday Night Main Event. Now I'm like, I ain't rocking with that.
and
I
then
ain't rocking with
what
that.
makes it worse also is they've been giving consistent PLE level matches, and you're still not even putting them on that. It's not like they're giving meh
Sis,
matches, decent, okay. No, these are PLE level matches, and arguably your best matches of the year.
uh, and the ladder match was like a huge highlight to that. And every week the tag team division on SmackDown has been kicking ass, and ain't no other, not their US title, not their women's world title, not their WWE championship shit. Eh, none of that shit is quality of match. And they've been building these stories for months. Months. God damn. How you doing, Mr.
How
Carter?
I'm
how you
good.
doing,
I have
Uncle?
no idea what y'all talking about. Only thing I saw tonight was JC Mateo. I was busy, man. I got a big show tomorrow down in New Orleans, and I was finalizing my Blurred Fest set. So yeah, I was a little busy. But I'm here. What I miss? What I miss? Y'all gotta tell me what I missed. First of all, did I miss anything?
We
So
was talking
so I would
about
say you missed Fraxium versus DIY. They haven't missed yet. And DIY has been every time they've been their tag team division is cooking from Pretty Deadly to Los Garzas to Street Profits to fucking DIY to Motor City Machine Guns. Fraxium's over
But
here.
we said that about a month ago. All the tag teams was on SmackDown and all the singles was on Raw. So
Yeah, but it's crazy how the quality of matches is insane. They ain't put on a decent match yet.
was
Every match is a
SmackDown better
highlight.
than Raw?
okay.
They both was bad, bro. I'm be
Yeah,
honest.
so see, you see, here's the thing. Because SmackDown is 3 hours, it feels like it
Yeah,
drags more.
It
That's the
does.
problem.
Triple H
yeah.
said that was going to end in June. June is next month.
Thank God.
So
Thank God.
we're going
Thank
to see if
God.
Paul is a man of his word because them 3 hour SmackDowns is crazy.
I if Smack when Smack, I remember he said that too. I just forgot the months. 2 hour SmackDown tonight works because there wasn't when me and Gamache before this was just talking about the matches. I was like, there wasn't much, and we talk about 3 hours, bro. They just announced our Truth Cena. You only gave us like 4 or 5 matches in 4 hours, 3 hours. I mean, the tag match, the Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, 2 qualifying matches, and then we snuck in the Aleister Black, Carmelo
And
Hayes match in which I dozed
yeah.
off.
So I ain't missed much.
No, no, they gave some good promos. Shinsuke Nakamura looked like he won a piece. That promo was a little fire, but Knock that shit, knock a whole hour off, crunch that shit down, same amount of matches. SmackDown feels different. Entirely. It feels different. It's like, oh, wasn't that bad. Because in 2 hours, we get a good amount. 3 hours, we like.
Yeah, I think the negotiation for the TV time kind of hurt them because when it was Bloodline, it wasn't so bad. It still wasn't the best TV. And you're not going to give up an hour of TV on a Friday night. So you're going to take it, but you can do more with it. That's the thing. You can do more with it. And they're just kind of not.
I think Paul, he doesn't like a lot of matches. He's just not that guy. He doesn't like a lot of matches. They're already fumbling Mello.
Melo
like them
got
being
fumbled on
mid-tier
his
level.
debut when he wrestled Cody Rhodes and lost. That was,
And they had a weird botch where they both.
that was Melo. Yeah, Melo's just, I don't know, because he has the talent.
No, the best they made Melo look was when he had the best out of 7 series with Andrade. After that, I don't know what happened.
That was more like a best out of 18 because they kept wrestling.
They should have announced it as a best of 7, and then they also should have said after these first 3.
Kevin said,
never
"Where the
be the same."
storyline tonight?" Kevin said, "It just was like somebody go out there and do something."
Hey, and they was yelling at them too. Show me something. Show me something. All right, and it's like the only thing that you got out of there was Fraxium kicking ass, developing a following. Street Profits getting in their face. Street Profits still holding down. Not mad at them. Their work has been good and great. But that's it. That's it. Tiffany, Nia was unimpressive. I will say this. Bloodline looks like it's heating back up. And there's no Roman in sight.
Well, it's not the Bloodline anymore. So
they ain't said what they are either. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't say what they are.
It's going to be probably a new name, and that was my whole thing with the Jeff Cobb introduction. People were JC Mateo.
JC Mateo.
That's a terrible name. I don't know if it means nothing to him or it's significant, and I don't want to disrespect nobody, but JC Mateo?
I wasn't expecting that.
I didn't expect the Mateo. I think I would have been okay with JC.
Yeah, when Zola was calling him JC earlier in the night, I was like, okay, Jeff Cobb, got it. But then
he could just be like Cobb or something. Like JC Mateo is I don't know. They grow on me, I guess. I didn't like when people were questioning his nationality and his race and all that. And it's like, bro, this ain't the Bloodline. He's not Samoan. He's just a dude with Solo. Like, we got to move past the Bloodline at some point. But it's hard to do when they keep giving us little reminders of the Bloodline.
Mateo Cobb is kind of hard, bro. I would have rocked that. I would have definitely.
They might tweak it.
Cobb Jacobson. Do like they did then. Cobb Jacobson coming to the ring and shit. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah, but
I know
to
that.
say you have a Jacob Fatu, like a JC Mateo, it's still too close for me.
You know, it's funny when you say Jacob Fatu and Jacob Cobb. Like, I guess maybe that's why they don't want confusion. They're working directly together right now for the foreseeable future. Let's go somewhere where they won't know.
But you can pick any name. Like, you can pick any name. Unless Mateo is a part of his name or something. But hey, shout out to him. He showed up one week and at a PLE. Now he's wrestling LA Knight, so he's moving along.
Also, that match with LA Knight, man. You might say it was bad because it wasn't. It just maybe I was expecting more. I think I was. I thought it was a lot of brawling when it didn't have to be. But maybe they're trying to save him because he ain't had no ring gear. He had a black t-shirt, black jeans, and I think he had some church shoes on.
He was dressed like a Maj.
Yeah, on a church day. On a church day, yeah.
He was. So Interesting to see. I like
Sound like
his
he didn't even know
finisher.
he had a match tonight. He just showed
No,
I'm
shit,
wrestling.
I didn't either. It wasn't advertised, and then
Yeah, it was like
you know,
last minute. It was literally right after Solo won his qualifying match.
his qualifying match. Yeah, he because LA Knight tried to kick his ass, and then Adam or Nick
Nick
Aldis
Aldis.
whatever. Yeah, Nick Aldis was like, "Oh no, we ain't doing this. Y'all want to fight? Hey, get a ref in that
Yeah, they
motherfucker."
got to do something with the 3 hours. 3 hours ain't it. I got to do something with it.
LA Knight ever winning a world title. This is the perfect time to start thinking about that and pushing. Because when you talk about mid tier guys, when a guy seems like he's too good for the mid tier, that's the perfect way to do it. But here's the problem. I use Razor Ramon as a perfect example. Razor Ramon was a perfect way to keep a guy in the mid tier and make it look. Razor Ramon had world title opportunities and main evented against the world champions. Like in the Royal Rumble, I think it was like 93 or 94. He went against Bret Hart for the world title. He was with Ric Flair in a tag team going against Savage and Mr. Perfect. Like
You think LA
there
Knight
was
is
main
world
events.
champion caliber?
Yes.
You got the popularity.
Yes. Yes. And if you shake your head no, just know Jay Uso is the world champ. You know what I'm saying? Jay Uso. So when I look at LA Knight, you got the body, he has the promo, he has
This goes back
problems.
to our conversation we had in the chat earlier. When I said it's no more, like when I meant legacy, I meant like legacy as in like somebody's career being their legacy, not legacy as in a child. And I said there's no more legacy wrestlers to be built anymore because I don't think wrestlers are gonna have that long lifespan anymore. So
Even if they do, right? WWE, I've said this and I'm gonna keep saying it. So it gets stuck that that I said this. WWE is like a very like prestigious graveyard. If you want to make big money and get the eyes and sell the merch and be in front of 70,000, WWE is for you. However, when your career ends, people are going to be arguing, should you even be in the Hall of Fame? LA Knight's only
but
a two-time US champ.
that's what the current wrestler is. We had this conversation last pod that it's not many wrestlers in the WWE who had the dream of being a wrestler when he was a kid. They were former
But
athletes.
even
The
but even
scouting is
outside of
different.
that, even outside of that, when you look at guys and you look at their career, because even even the guys who fly by night, not the Logan Paul fly by night, but like the wrestler who just doesn't have a long career. 10 years is still a long time,
I don't
right?
think they're
Like
even
it's
going to
hard
do
to
that no
believe
more though.
AJ Styles has been in WWE longer than he was in TNA. Which career was better? Clearly, it's TNA. Like it's not even close.
He ain't even do half the stuff he did in the WWE he did in TNA.
Not even half. Kevin Owens. This is his longest run in any company. One world championship.
Well, that was
He's
my
the
point. It's like they won't have the
well,
career
these
for
guys wanted to do it, so it's not even about. What I'm saying is WWE will, like, and I've said this, will kill your career. You won't have a legacy. You won't have whether you want to be a wrestler or
you
you're a
know what it is.
nepotism baby or whatever.
Remember when football players play when we grew up, a football career was a long time. Now the average football career is what 3 to 5 years. I think we're going to start seeing the same thing in wrestling. I don't think we're going to have these 10, 15-year vets because it's not what
Oh,
they want to do.
I think we go. I think we gonna get because you look at the people now. You're gonna get an influx of what you're saying because you have the Logan Pauls coming in. You got these rando celebrities like ISO Speed. All of a sudden, I guess
Kenny
you're
Omega
gonna
said it. He said we're a few years away from seeing Mr. Beast versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
yeah, it's coming. It's coming. That type of stuff is coming. You open that door, and it's unfortunate. But it's also unfortunate these guys keep coming to WWE, and that belt don't change hands. It hits the people that were like, okay, uh, Jay Uso's been in there for 15 years, title guy, which is great. He'll go in the Hall of Fame, but his single career has been abysmal, to be honest with you. He can say I was Intercontinental champion for a month, not even because it was February, and it wasn't February when he did it. You'll see how long his world title goes. But no classic matches to speak of outside of his tag.
I mean, the
Damian
tag's gonna
Priest.
be that's gonna be the reason he gets in anyway.
Yeah, he's
Damian
not going
Priest,
to
one-time
solo.
world champion. And guess what? He didn't even try to get his title back. He lost his title, interference from his own stablemate
Priest is
in
the
the first.
perfect example of what I was saying in the chat. It's if Priest retired today, nobody would be talking about Damian Priest in a few years from now because it's not enough on that bingo card, right? And that's
Well,
what I
Right,
was
right, right.
saying because
yeah, the only
you
thing
have your
about
Braun
Priest,
Breaker who might be a decorated champion, Dominic Mysterio who might be a decorated champion, but I think really like the Bray Wyatt, it might be the last person who built a career like that. We won't see that too much no more. We won't see the
That's sad.
decorated champions. We won't see the long and Bray did that in a short time. We won't see the 15-year decorated Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels retirement match. Is going to be a thing where people are going to get cut, or we just stop seeing them on TV.
I mean, you know, it's funny you say that. Braun Strowman, perfect example. Braun Strowman was a Money in the Bank winner, tag team champion. I believe he was a U.S. champion, and he was definitely a world champion. And Andre the Giant, like he got accolades. He could argue something, and they just released his
But
ass.
even those accolades aren't, you know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, and he's like the current guy of what you're saying. He has accolades, but it's one of each, and that's it. Kevin Owens is definitely better than Braun Strowman.
Kevin
And
Owens could have been the legacy guy. Finn Balor could have
Finn
been the
Balor.
legacy guy.
yeah,
Shinsuke Nakamura could have been a legacy guy. Even with a lot of the women superstars, there's a lot of women who
And
could
they
have.
killed Natalia. They shitted on her. I don't care what she can say, all the stuff about her career being proud. Then one day they're gonna put her in the Hall of Fame in 15 years, and people are gonna argue against her because at the end of the day, your accolades are like you got to jump off the
Yeah, in the
page.
past 5 years, she's been ice cold. And not to her because she's been doing the work. She's been in the gym. She's always available. It's just that she's not put in a position to get them.
Overlooked,
yeah, and
overlooked.
they don't let her work.
That's
I felt that
fucking
way about
bullshit.
Dana Brooke because before Dana Brooke got let go, she was putting in work.
Yeah,
She was putting in work. Like she had committed to the craft and got the short end of the stick. So
Yeah, but even with KO, right? We talked about
yeah,
this
that was
last
a
week.
bad spot. Yeah, he yeah.
Crazy. But Kevin Owens has the most Royal Rumble championship matches. He did most of them in a row. He has six. Six times he went. You know what that says? That says you're definitely not going to WrestleMania, the headline. Like we
I think it was
six
his. I think
WrestleMania.
part of his thing was his look. Like they liked him, they loved him, but he couldn't carry the company.
You're probably right on that. But I think I don't know what WWE is doing with
Because that's
the
still a
way they
big
want to
part of
book
it,
their
right?
champions.
When you have a Roman Reigns standing next to Kevin Owens, you're probably going to look at Roman Reigns. No knock on Kevin. And here goes Archie calling wrestlers sexy again, but it's the eye test. It's
well, at the end of the day, I always say to people the saying "Don't judge a book by its cover." It's one of the most overrated sayings ever. You look
that's
at
why books
somebody
have
by
covers.
appearance.
You watch Pop the Balloon. That's all covered, no book.
It's like dating sites. When you on those sites, you looking okay, left, right, however you do it these days. It's all about what you see.
100%. And you're right. Kevin Owens doesn't really.
I mean, it
But
was already put out there. That was why Vince never really pushed Kevin Owens. Like his personality, his promo work, moveset. He loved Kevin. He loved Kevin Owens. He
I
just
think
hated his
Sami Zayn
opponent.
fits in the same category because Sami Zayn can go. Like Sami Zayn is probably one of the best wrestlers on his planet, and they've still never let him fully go with his El Generico moveset. But HP called him the Canadian hobo. No disrespect, but that's all he's ever referred to him as because he looked like he's about to eat a 3,000 calorie breakfast and go chop wood all day.
Bro, looked like he wandered off the street into the arena after just chugging plastic bottles of liquor from the bottom shelf from straight from Russia.
And see, that's another problem because throughout wrestling history, there's always been people who look the part, but at some point you gotta ring the bell. And then what? So for you to find the perfect balance of someone who can wrestle, look good, represent the company, not have no BS outside of wrestling, not going crazy on Twitter, don't have an OnlyFans they want to give up, don't want to change their Twitch name. It's a lot to find that clean-cut, perfect superstar these days because there's so many things that people got their hands into and get into. Like Jordan Grace, perfect example. Since she had to get rid of her other stuff before joining WWE. A lot of people not gonna want to do that. That was Zelina Vega's whole fight. Her OnlyFans. Zelina Vega didn't want to give up her Twitch and her other stuff, and they remember she got fired for that.
Yeah.
Then they brought her back, but she was like, you know, what I make over here, what I'm doing is more than what I'm doing here. So she stood on that. So it's hard finding people that goes back to my point. If this is not something you wanted to do, or this was your dream, and somebody's having to find you walking through a mall, say, hey, try this wrestling thing out. You're not going to be committed to the point where you're going to give up everything you're doing to chase a dream that you never had.
That's about to change, brother, because today's world, no one dreams of being a wrestler like that no more.
Yeah, they don't.
Too many other ways to make money. I could go on TikTok and get it in, Twitch, get it in, and I have to give my body. And if I use wrestling, it'll be to further my social media presence. You know, and WWE falls for the
And there's
cookie
no
because
divide in that. Like I said, everything's done through the Archie Carter WWE account. Like there's no divide, and that's where it gets a little murky. And you know, but then again, Damian Priest, for example, the role of Namor that he said he got in Black Panther 2 that they wouldn't let him take. Yeah. Like that's tough. Everybody's not going to say, all right, let me go and lose my title because whatever. But if that was me, shit, me, hey, it's been real, WWE. Catch me in Black Panther 2, and I see y'all down the road.
Maybe I'll be in Sinners.
Nah, to kind of give Damian a little bit of defense, he does have the claim of being the first Puerto Rican champion in like Lord knows how many years.
Nobody care about that shit.
Look, you can't say that if you're not part of that heritage. You never know.
No, that nobody care about that shit. Let me tell you why. Let me fucking tell you why. I'm gonna give you 2 reasons, right? Razor Ramon, and Damian Priest said himself, he didn't even know Razor Ramon wasn't Latino, Hispanic of any form. Like, what the fuck? Because, yo, shouldn't Razor Ramon be the first champ?
The only problem I have with that, Gamage, is... Go ahead, HP.
Y'all remember Akeem, the African Dream?
We don't want to.
The motherfucker was white.
Here's the thing. My only issue with what you're saying, Gamage, is at any time, WWE can rewrite that history.
Yeah, that's another thing, too. And they've done it.
They've done it. They've told you this person won this many titles. They've told you this person was the first person to hold these 2 belts. And we know
the first double champion from NXT.
They told us this person had the title this many days, and we know it's not to be true. So he might hold on to that and might be a proud Puerto Rican in that moment. But if WWE decided, you know what, let's rewrite this, they will. And then what do you have?
What if you found out today Damian Priest is really Guatemalan or Ecuadorian? That's all, and that's really what I'm going at. WWE will say anything to fit. I don't believe everybody in Fantasmo de la Gaza, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe they're all Mexican. You know, they could be, but I just don't. You told me Akeem, the African Dream, was fucking black. And I was like, damn, he's mad light skinned though.
So I'm gonna
And
tell you why that makes all of that different now compared to then. Kayfabe is dead. Remember?
I mean, you're right. You are right. That is a valid point. Team African Dream was fucking doing this, bro, in a fucking kente cloth. They fucking got us, bro.
Like I said, they can
I
rewrite
hope
the
Damian
history.
Priest.
So as long as they can rewrite the history doesn't matter. The moment now,
And they will.
bro, they even edit videos on the WWE network or whatever that is now. They edit the videos. They blur out faces. They take out chants. They cut out, bro. They can rewrite the history. They impose Carlito face on there. So
I mean, but we in 2025, everybody can access Google, social media. They can still look these people up.
everybody's not doing that though.
That's why people still know. That's why Chris Benoit's name is still dragging to this day. And they've been blurring his face on everything.
Hey, that's not why.
I mean, we know why, but it just goes to show it's not going to do much in this day and age.
Speaking
I think about it, I do agree with part of that. But Archie said it too, like everyone's not gonna do that. And again,
and
you
here's the
watch
thing,
WWE,
Gamad,
you watch a lot of history on a daily basis.
Nobody uses the internet to search the truth. And why believe the truth when the lie is more interesting? They're going to give it to you. They're going to say it over and over again to where you even question it. The whole Mandela effect. I don't know what's real and what's fake anymore. Because even if you go look up certain things, you can't find it. Because I remember seeing that movie Sinbad was in it. He was a goddamn genie.
They told us he wasn't. And I seen that movie.
So, I don't know, bro. Who else seen that movie when Sinbad was a genie? Because I know I wasn't bugging.
Yeah,
they telling me this was spelled this way and this place never sold this and this was that. It's like, bro, you don't know, and you can't even find certain things on the internet too.
So Franklin, the WWE Network, it's still available internationally. It's only the US they removed it. Why? I don't know.
Because you can only make so much money on the WWE Network. Like if I charge you $10 and 1 million people got it,
yeah, but I still gotta watch the PLEs on Peacock. They all
Peacock
over the
probably
place.
offer them more money.
They all over the place, bro.
Like even when they solely had the WWE Network, did they ever stream any of their PLEs on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
they took a loss streak on it.
Yeah, and it was bad. No, the network
was the
good.
First one.
The network was good because you could start it when you wanted to and move. Now you just have to watch it there. Like it's weird. They took away a lot of the user friendliness of it.
And they took away a lot of shit. Remember, there were shows on there too. Like, who had a show? Some of the old managers, like Jimmy Hart and shit, had a show on there.
Oh, there was in that house. Yeah, Legends.
Yeah, Legends. Yeah. So, I get the money because, again,
I think they were trying to just create content and have a place to have it, and kind of like the Zeus Network, right? They created their own network and just trying to make everything wrestling related there, and I don't know what happened to the network.
Well, it's not as profitable because again, if Peacock comes and they go, okay, we'll give you $5 million for it, and you go, what? But then USA goes, we'll give you $3 million.
Well, the thing about the network was you paid this little price and you got all the PLEs for the year. That was the selling point. But all that other stuff,
100%.
Here's the thing: everybody's not a super diehard fan to go watch all that stuff.
No, but WWE is looking for like how to make the most amount of money. And again, the WWE Network, if I put all my stuff in eggs in one basket, literally, and you offer it for $10 and 1 million people buy it, every month you get $10 million. That's it. A lot of money, good. However, CW offers you 5 million. Peacock offers you 3. You got Raw Netflix for 12. Fuck the network. That's way more money coming in. So I get it, but
you know what that money has created, HP?
A monster.
A lot of confusion too.
Yeah, 100%. I like the network better, but I
Because we had
understand.
a conversation every week. Where y'all watching NXT at? Where y'all watching SmackDown? Like
Yeah,
it's so, and that makes you have to go subscribe to this, download this, have this app. I remember it was USA Network, and then maybe Fox or UPN or whatever
hey,
SmackDown was doing, and
on,
that was
on
it.
on Saturday they had superstars. Shit.
Now it's you got to have 5 apps, a streaming website, and don't let them shut the streaming website down. it's it's a lot of confusion because that pie has been sliced so many ways, and WWE has so many shows right now, bro. Like it's hard to keep up with some of
Insane.
it.
No, it is. It is.
And
To me, it's
everybody's
not
not
worth.
the die hard, watch everything. Rest is even if you are the die hard, there's no way you can consume all this stuff.
Yeah. At least
Funny.
when they even at least when they did kind of do it, like when they had Sunday Night Heat and Velocity at the time, at least those were on the same channels. They weren't on different networks.
And it was just hey, an hour a week. That's it.
Yeah,
Now
that's it.
it's crazy. You putting in one Friday night the amount of heats and velocities you would have gotten a month in one Friday night.
If they still had that network locally, it'd be dope. If all those shows evolve, ID, LFG,
See, what
SmackDown,
they
like if
didn't
I
need
could,
a network, they needed an actual channel that was programmed.
yeah,
That's what the WWE could use. An actual channel that's programmed. Okay, Monday is this, and then you have everything leading up to your live shows and have it actually programmed versus just saying, here go everything. Figure it out. So
yes, it's a lot. And I ain't even for it all, to be honest. Let me ask y'all a question. Jacob Fatu, he's got this U.S. title. We still haven't seen him versus Solo. Now you're on brought in JC Mateo. Do we do we think WWE is overstepping their own storylines on this? Do we think nah this is good for business? Like whether I don't really know exactly where they're heading because I'm kind of confused because it feels like
I
you're gonna
don't
set
think
up
they
for
even
JC.
have storylines, bro. I think they're just saying, hey, let's just see what works. They're just throwing things at the wall right now.
I think
Seeing
they're
it for
just.
shit.
I think they're dragging it till SummerSlam.
By the time you give me Jacob versus Solo, I'm already more interested in JC Mateo versus Jacob
And to
Well,
be
because
honest,
you
that's
anybody that
watch.
comes in right now is probably going to overshadow Solo. Solo's in a weird spot. He's been in a weird spot since the Bloodline
Yeah, 100.
because
percent
what they wanted Solo to be, I think Jacob came in as that. What they wanted JC Mateo to be, I mean, Solo to be, I think JC Mateo is going to be that. Like, Solo had to fill a really tough spot for anybody.
yeah.
He went from being a dude who didn't talk and wear shoes to being the face of the Bloodline.
My man was out there with no kicks on. They even said they used to tell him about that shit in the back.
I mean, it also doesn't help Solo that both these guys, for being like super heavyweights, they move like cruiserweights, damn
They
near,
can
doing
wrestle.
flips and
They
shit.
can wrestle.
JC did a whole standing moonsault. I ain't
Yo,
never
that shit
seen
was
Solo do
fire.
that.
And the way he caught LA Knight into his finish is
With
crazy.
one hand, bro. Mm.
It's
Talk
crazy.
about
And I'm telling y'all, because I've seen him wrestle in New Japan. Like even in that one match, he ain't do half the shit he did in New Japan, bro.
no, absolutely not.
And
WWE
when him
has
and
very
Jacob finally touch, internet gonna break.
yeah, and
And
that's what
then
I'm saying.
again,
Like
if
you
you give
you
us
missed your
JC
shot on
Mateo
Solo.
before you give us Jacob and Solo, nobody's going to want to see Jacob and Solo because that match is not going to touch what JC and Jacob did.
I
Solo's in a
already feel
very
like I
tough
don't want to see
spot.
it now.
Solo's in a very tough spot.
You know what,
Shout out to Hey
Franklin?
Adam, I'll be on the road myself, but I didn't expect to be on here this long. I got a big show tomorrow in New Orleans, man. I'm getting ready
You,
for it. So
you know what, Franklin? I'm not. I'm gonna give Solo some credit, but I'm not gonna give him that much. And part of it's really not his fault. I think WWE missed the trigger pull after he lost to Roman on the episode of Monday Night Raw. It should have been built right at Jacob. It should have been Jacob's fault. Solo should have blamed Jacob in some way, somehow, and it could have went right to there. And we've had multiple events, Backlash, WWE. We had Elimination Chamber. We had WrestleMania. We had a Saturday Night Main Event. We have another Saturday Night Main Event. Like we've had multiple events where we could have got this off. They are dragging these storylines to the point where now you introduce a new guy that's very similar to Jacob, but yet very different from
Well, here's
Jacob.
the thing with dragging the
I want to see that
stories.
shit.
ECW had a main event that they drug out for a whole year. The guys didn't touch each other for a whole year, but they were entertaining. It was entertaining. Every week it was something. They're not even giving us the stock in these stories. It's like they just skipping chapters, and it's not like Solo's not entertaining enough to drag anything out. Like no disrespect to Solo, but and I'm somebody that admittedly says Solo Sokoa has grown on me. Like from
No,
where he
yes,
was,
yes.
I've admitted that. But
But I
you
also think
bringing
they
in
killed.
other people who are more entertaining, who are better in ring and look the part, he's just going to get moved further and further away from where he is in his spot. And I don't know what you do about that.
And it creates confusion because again, you're leading us down a road that Solo has to get the payoff, but I don't want to pay it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And again, I think they missed it after the Rome, and frankly, and I think you're right. I think Solo versus Roman should have been WrestleMania. That really they should have built that for WrestleMania for that Ulafala. Because by not doing it on Raw, I get why it was the debut. You needed to go big. However, you haven't touched that episode since. Like you haven't Roman wore the Ulafala once since then, and the Ulafala means nothing because there is no bloodline for him to control.
Here's my question. If it wasn't Solo, who could it have been?
Nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
he just kind of got handed the keys to the kingdom by default.
Yeah.
Because it
If Jay
wasn't
got hurt,
Tonga Tamaloa because they were brand new, fresh faces.
I mean,
Jacob,
maybe
it
Jimmy.
could
Jacob pretty
have.
much still just got here.
You know what? It could have been Drew. Because remember, Drew had the whole hit list going on.
Drew
Oh,
to
he
lead.
did.
I'm talking about who it could have been to lead the bloodline.
Oh
Oh, so
no,
the
no, no.
bloodline. Oh, never mind.
Jay, you revisit. You already ran it before. Jay's best singles match. I say there are no classics, but if you say Jay and Roman, I mean that wasn't bad at all. That was up there. So maybe it was Jay, and then Jay goes on to win a Royal Rumble. He goes on to start standing on his own 2 feet, becomes a world champ. Like you can revisit it. The only thing is, like you got Jay copying moves from people. One being Roman's trying to finish people with
Oh,
a spear.
I wanted to talk about something. So remember the triple threat: Solo, Jimmy, and Ray Phoenix.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah,
Uh
let's talk.
Jimmy did a fucking spear, man. So they all doing spears now.
The
Yeah,
spear is the new super kick.
Gee.
yo, these guys, you're already twins, bro. You don't need to do the same exact moves.
And I thought Jim was kind of separating himself. He started wearing different gear. He started
Yeah.
showing more of his personality. And now it's like you're reverting. I guess you revert to what you know. And that was
All
my
you do
thing
is
I
spears.
brought up on this pod before about Jay's moveset really being the same as Jimmy's and it just being kind of like the tag thing. They're going to eventually get back together.
You gotta hurt. WWE has to have a. You know at your job, you have a performance review every year. They got to sit down with these stars and goes, take this out your move set, take that out your move set. When you pick a new move, don't look on the WWE
You know what
roster.
the performance review is? How many t-shirts they selling? Hey, let them do their thing. And that's your thing, HP. They selling merch.
Nah, but I don't ever say he should be champ. He sold the merch.
But you can
But
say
I am
he
gonna.
sold the merch so he has an argument to be champ. What was the first thing I
Yeah,
said? I asked you
the
about LA Knight.
Intercontinental
What
title
Gamache
works
said?
great.
Gamache said he has the popularity.
You gotta be able to look. You gotta be able to tell the forest from the trees, though. Like and never in the history of the pod have I ever said that merch equals that title. But if you're gonna put a title on someone who's gonna be a merch mover, because it does make sense. You're probably going to start with mid tiers to see how it pans out, because the mid tier is the defining. It defines. If you can't do well in the mid tier, we're not pushing you forward. This is where you stay and below. By skipping these guys and just, oh, he's selling merch, give him a championship. And they put him up like Braun Strowman was a world champ before he ever won the other belts. That's backwards.
This is my only problem with that. I don't have a problem with anybody being a champion. The thing is, once they lose the titles in WWE these days, they seem to fall so far away from the title picture. Drew McIntyre is nowhere near the title picture. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gunther, a month, 2 months later, is finally talking about a rematch. Like, they fall so far from the Damian Priest wasn't even wrestling for the title he lost. He's wrestling for something else. It's like they fall so far.
To fuck up Dom because Rhea was mad at him. My man was simping. Rhea, you lost your belt. Don't worry about the fact I got cheated out of my very first one. Oh, I'm gonna go after Dom with
they fall so far from it, and it's like it's hard to get back. But I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's weird. It's weird. But like I said, they move merch. Killer Cross, they finally just selling his merch at shows.
Yeah.
3 weeks later, it's like it's gonna be trendy for now, but they're not doing nothing with it. He created a wave, and they just say, hey, let the wave ride and see what happens. Like, you got to keep the wave going.
You should be on TV. You should be in somebody's ear. You should be focused on what you're gonna do with them, because that mid tier is calling. Which title?
But see, that's when bringing back a Aleister Black kind of steps on his wave, because they kind of have the same aesthetic. You know what I'm saying?
A little bit. But luckily they're on different shows. Luckily, but Aleister Black still don't talk. Like, I don't know. Karrion Kross, killer.
It's the same Aleister Black, and he's back to doing the same things.
Yeah. And Aleister Black, at least in my opinion, he was never the greatest with promos.
No, that's gonna be a killer. And they're already killing him.
Bando, you bugging. Hey, remember Carlton got the gun when Will got shot?
Yo, here's another thing about that match, right?
Hey, hold up. I can't let Bando be on the screen and not say shout out to the New York Knicks, man. Oh, in the words of Jalen Brunson. So, Gamaj, how's feeling in New York, man? You up there?
Everybody wilding in Times Square right now, smoking on that Celtics pack, man.
Mm-hmm. I ain't mad at it.
Hold on, Franklin. Let's be clear. The Rock's moveset was Stone Cold's moveset was not limited. It only became limited after he broke his neck. They turned him into a brawler. You know what I'm saying? Go watch Brett versus go watch any of the Ringmaster stuff. Any of the Stunning Steve stuff. Stone Cold could go. However, a certain heart broke his neck. And that changed everything.
I thought Austin's
heart that you drafted
was underrated.
Don't say a certain heart, a heart that you drafted on Wednesday. Yeah,
Owen. No shame in that.
Shame in that pick. The Rock's moveset wasn't bad. That's the thing about WWE. I think they tell people to tone it down. Because I remember very vividly, Paul White, the Giant, was doing missile drop kicks from the top rope in WCW.
Yeah.
My man was going crazy. Got to WWE, big show. You big show, do big shit. I think they limit the move sets, but I don't even know.
Do big shit.
I don't know how the producers produce in WWE, because think about who the producers are. It's Abyss. It's was it Jamie Noble? It's a lot of guys who kind of come from that older, when your character had the identity, right? Road Dogg, like Road Dogg's finish was a pump handle slam, bro. Like a pump handle slam. So you have producers and people in the back who understand having a move set and protecting your finish is just again, my thing is, I think WWE wants whoever to click on the show at any time in the show to see something that's going to keep them there, so they keep the same things in matches. That's why everybody's doing moonsaults. Everybody's flipping over the ropes.
These
Everybody's
days,
jumping through the ropes. Because no matter what time or point you watch this show, you're going to see that exciting thing. And that wasn't always the case.
Yeah.
no. Jake the Snake Roberts' moveset was completely different than Ravishing Rick Rude's. Kurt Angle was completely different than John Cena, completely different than Undertaker, completely different than Stone Cold, completely different than Scott Hall's. Like, the WWE doing exactly, and we've talked about this in spurts where it's like everyone jumps on the middle rope, then the top rope, from Jacob Fatu to LA Knight to the most prettiest unprettier. Like, everyone's doing it. This thing. Let's kip up. Everyone kip up. Tonight LA Knight did this roll back thing, which was dope.
Shawn Michaels was
But
like the only one used to kip up back in the day.
yeah, now it's a thing. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. Everyone does it. You're making wrestling bad. So when Will Ospreay says some shit like "we're beating you" in rating in ring from the bell to bell, we're way better. There's some actual legitimacy to it because one, they have wrestlers who wrestle different styles. WC or WWE is like starting to like, every week it's a little bit more, less and less and less and less. Hey, I need you to, copy paste. Everybody's the same. Everybody super kicks. Who doesn't have the super kick in the arsenal?
It's
I
like
ain't seen a motherfucker do a Boston
5%.
Crab. Rusev did it. Finishers. You got
When
finishers
last
out.
time you seen an atomic drop? Like,
Bro, you remember they used to take a wrestler's arm and they would twist it and they would yank it down, boom, and then they would start that, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They're not doing any of the match psychology anymore.
Yeah.
It's just gone in WWE.
Yeah, unless you're like one of those
It's
wrestlers
getting
that's like
bad.
in it in the family and you have the old school mentality, you're probably one of the few.
People barely arm drag takedown. Motherfucker, get out the ring. The heel always goes out the
Hit
ring
you with
like,
the lock
damn
up,
it.
elbow lock up, put you in the headlock, and
You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker got slide up under the rope like,
atomic
shit.
drop, dog. I thought that was the most devastating move. And you know why? Because when Rick Rude got hit with it, he would sell it so
Yeah.
well. He
Bro,
arch
you
his
know what the
back and hit
psychology
you.
of that was?
Bro,
You know what
Rick
the
Rude would
psychology was?
sell that atomic drop, and I'm like, yo, I don't want nobody to ever do that to me.
You know why? You know why Rick Rude did that on that move? To show that he has big nuts for his character. Pause. Think about it, right?
I think you beat me to the
You
punch tonight.
elevators. I'm just being honest. Like,
No,
Rick
but it
Rude
makes sense.
for his character, like, you know what
But
I'm
I
saying?
thought the
So,
atomic
um,
drop was so devastating as a kid because it makes sense. Somebody's kneeing you like on what's it
in your
called,
shit.
your coccyx or your nuts or whatever, and then don't do the inverted one and you turn you around like, oh shit,
Catch as catch can. Jim Ross is the one who put me up on that. Shawn Michaels is a catch as catch can wrestler. Done. Dead.
You
I
know
ain't
what?
seen a
You know
motherfucker.
another thing Sean used to do that I never saw nobody do? Skin the cat. I thought that was a Shawn Michaels thing.
Yeah.
Everybody does that now.
Yeah. Because Shawn Michaels is like Michael Jordan, bro. People may not want to admit that, but
Shawn Michaels
every wrestler
Jordan.
takes from his. He is. People can say anything about their Rushmores or whatever, but like, okay, go watch wrestling and tell me who you see. Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
Shawn Michaels.
Sean like that.
Yeah. And when Ric Flair tells you that he's on his Rushmore,
He's the
Yeah.
greatest
it's
in-ring
legit.
performer of all time.
Yeah, it's legit. And I don't,
Razor used to sell that atomic drop too. They be reaching for the right ropes and shit.
yeah,
Damn. A
bro.
simple
A
move.
base
Simple move.
basic body slams. Basic body slams are almost extinct. A Luthez
And
press.
that's what really
Uh,
pissed me off about The Rock and John Cena. I mean, John Cena's match he just had.
Which
It
one?
was so many finishers, bro.
Oh, the
oh yeah,
Orton.
yeah.
So many finishers. It felt like I was watching a game of 2K25, and everybody started out with 5 finishes and 5 signatures.
I mean,
Kicking out of finishers, I just think it's whack all across the board. It's a finisher. then kicking out 3 of them.
Yeah. When you
Well,
do 3 finishers,
I'm just gonna say this because I already put it out there. I'm a Cena hater. The guy's damn near pushing 50. He's more washed up than the dishes in my sink. What did you think was gonna happen?
Damn. Uh-oh.
No,
Making my
seriously, what did people think was gonna happen when Cena did his tour? You guys were expecting 5-star matches from him?
That match was really good. It just was too much spamming of finishers.
But from a technical perspective, what did people expect from Cena
Nobody ever
for this
expected a
year?
5-star technical match from John Cena.
So I mean, that's why I almost don't understand the complaint.
No,
And
the
it's
complaint is about
and it's been
that's
the
everybody.
majority of Cena's matches to just eat moves. Because even in that match, how many finishes did he do towards Orton? And Orton did what, like 9, 12 finishes to him? Whatever number it was?
yeah. Talk your shit. Talk your shit.
This is the second week in
Yo,
a row
where's Z?
Gamache turned up on me. I don't know how I feel about that.
2 weeks in a row. Facts. Facts.
Damn. You all right?
You know how
Yeah,
Z turns
I'm
up
gonna
for
be
Cena?
quiet, man.
The Knicks won. I mean, you're looking good. Your shirt fitting good. You shouldn't be this angry, Gamache.
Oh man.
You sipping on sipping. When people start sipping out of cups on this show.
See, at least I can say that's tea. I got a receipt.
Nah, I don't know what Long Island iced tea. What kind of
Nah,
tea?
no liquor.
Shit. Hey,
Nope.
I have a question, and I know this
No
is gonna
cups.
kind
No cups from now on.
of. I think this might send Archie over.
I know how to get off the stream. I'm supposed to be going anyway. I gotta get on the road.
Ray Phoenix takes a pin tonight to Solo Sikoa in his match.
I don't want to talk about Ray Phoenix or Penta. Like I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Bro.
Ray Phoenix stock has plummeted in WWE.
It didn't take long.
And I was
Penta's
telling
been pinned 3 times since he's been. It's.
I was gonna say I was telling.
Fine though. Like
Now I was telling HP like prior, he's damn near taking as many pins as Pence, and Pence has been there way longer than him.
Yeah.
I don't expect everybody to win. And I know Mike's going to say that everybody can't win all the time, but bro, you shouldn't be coming in your first month losing.
Like don't even put him in a qualifying match if you know, because we want to make when he starts to lose, we want him to okay, cool. But if we want him in the mid tier, we want him to work his way up, not
Jay
taking
just
losses.
lost to Naya, so it's
that was crazy, and I don't see why.
I just believe in mystique and aura, and wrestlers should have that to them. Like, not saying everybody's going to win everything, but don't come in losing. Like, and Jay just came back,
bro. Hey, I didn't see it coming. I'll tell you that. And and then Nia losing tonight.
Michael, I don't know. Drew McIntyre was smoking hot. Drew McIntyre was smoking hot
in January.
Came off one of the best rivalries of him and CM Punk's career. I don't know what they got going on with Drew.
He really should be in the family. He should be in the main title picture, really.
You know what's fucked up? All those little dirt sheets was reporting at the end of last year that WWE's looking to do big things with Drew, and they have done nothing with Drew.
But you know what though? I also feel like the TKO joint messed up a lot of things they wanted to do.
I think WWE messed up a lot of things they wanted to do.
I mean,
I don't know where to blur the lines. The Rock is over at TKO. Every time I see The Rock come on TV, he's dapping up Damian. Like they boy. The Rock got him in a commercial. The Rock could be perfect to pull Damian Priest and have him beat Cena and be like, this is my champion. A younger, hungrier, because guess who's doing commercials with The Rock's logos and shit on them? Drew. So it makes sense. We've seen him backstage this whole time. This shit wrote itself.
Yeah.
And WWE just can't fucking get well, I don't know. Maybe people shut the fuck up. Give us Drew. We'll take Drew as a champ. We know he can go on the mic. We knew he can go in the
We
ring.
talking about the same company that has Chad Gable lose, but Grande Americano win.
Yep.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Like, this is the company we're talking about.
Like what?
Because Grande Americano is a champion right now.
It's speed. He's a speed champion. You know what I mean? I don't. Yeah.
And I get it. I get the funny shit, but Chad Gable had a hell of a year last year. I think that was last year when he had the three matches with Gunther. I thought maybe the year before. I wanted him to beat Gunther for the
he went
IC
into
title.
Wyatt and elevated in losses.
And they did nothing.
And the Wyatts are nowhere to be found. 5 months in the year.
Ew.
Anybody seen these? Hey! You seen the Wyatts? I ain't either. I'm just checking. I don't know who's seen these motherfuckers.
Yet they made the round of cuts. But we talking about we got a money problem. No, you don't. No, you don't. You have a leadership problem. That's it. Again, I've applied for the job several times. They didn't call me back, but it's all good.
Everybody go on Indeed and go apply for that WWE store. Just search WWE. It'll pop up. It'll pull them all.
It's job, bro. They add like 20 jobs to their job page every day.
If all of us apply, there's a high likelihood one of us will get.
Hey, one of us got to get in and make a difference.
One of us got to get it. You know what I'm saying?
We got the coolest chat on the internet. I'm sure we got the smartest chat as well. Y'all show up, baby. One of us got to get in the company. Me and HP actually write your resume for you. I do the interview for you.
I got you. I got you. Let's go. Let's go.
And the only thing about Drew is I think he's peaked. Because remember, that CM Punk thing was a happy accident. They didn't write that for him.
No. You're right.
That just kind of happened. And he's ready. He came back. He was ready. And the thing about Drew McIntyre is he looks like a wrestler. He looks like a champion. He looks the part.
Yeah.
Like,
he does.
And he can wrestle and he can talk. And when he can heal it up. Like, he can go. It's just, for some reason, we're in a very start-stop era of WWE. It's start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. So, and then sometimes those stops are long. I think they forget what they had going on. Because Finn Balor been stopping for they don't do a Finn Balor.
Yo,
Shinsuke just came back. Start, stop.
They showed him. It's funny you say that. They showed us vignette for today. He's going to go after Aleister Black, and he said a whole.
You should be going for the title you lost, Shinsuke.
No, so yeah, they announced they're gonna do a qualifying match for Money in the Bank. So it's gonna be Shinsuke, LA Knight, and Aleister Black next week.
I don't want to say Rock is Tony Khan, Michael, but I don't know what the Rock is in relation to WWE. To be honest, that board of directors shit coming and doing what you want, going on fucking live TV on a non-WWE platform to tell the world. There was never no plan. No, these guys didn't tell me nothing. Like, bro, look, dirtbag shit, bro. A leader that blames his subordinates ain't no good leader, bro. So you being a boardroom guy, you should have went out there and said, yeah, we had a couple things on the table.
I think Michael Jordan is the perfect example of this. Michael Jordan, arguably the best basketball player ever during his time. Arguably. I mean, but when it comes to ownership, it never worked.
He ain't got no eye for basketball.
His NASCAR team, 2311. Shout out to 2311. I got something in the works with them. Shout out to 2311. They're doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Denny Hamlin. But when it came to basketball and basketball operations, the Charlotte Bobcats and the Charlotte Hornets, I spent most of my adult life in the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. It just don't work. And sometimes that's how, and I think that's the case with The Rock. As good as he was in ring, that don't mean that's going to translate to the boardroom.
No, I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
That don't mean he can find talent. Nobody say, "Oh, The Rock scouted me and found me." They say, "Oh, Mark Henry found me," or JR found me.
Mark Henry done found some killers.
Like the people you don't expect is doing the work, but everything needs a face. I think The Rock's a good face for things, but we don't know exactly what he does or how involved he is. I do think he does have his own creative control, because why wouldn't he? And that might be a part of the problem. Because there's
I
nobody
think
to
100%.
run his ideas by and funnel it through and say, hey, yes or no. Even when Vince was an end-all be-all, Vince did kind of give us something. And Vince will ride something out. Vince, remember the lady with the mole on her face? Vince would stick with the thing. As good as it may have been, or as bad as it may have been, but even with the Roman thing, Vince stuck with Roman, and look what Roman became. So all I gotta say to that is suffering succotash.
Somebody wrote that, and listen, that shit was so bad.
So sometimes you gotta play the long game. Vince did play the long game. Love him or hate him. Speaking of long game, last Wednesday, it went down right here on Attitude Podcast for the Wednesday Night War. Go check that out. We drafted our own Hall of Fame classes, legendary things we doing on Wednesday night. Wednesdays is like my favorite day of the week because we get to kick it with the chat. We had like 8, 9, 10 people on the screen. People was tapping and said, "What's this? What?" It's Wednesday Night Wars, baby. If you don't know, hey, tap in. So
Hey, and just to be fair, NXT tier, transfer portal tier is $199. Any tier will get you in, but make sure your tier is updated. So if you run out, you might want to go recharge before Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh, I
might
don't know
want to
if I
go
can.
recharge before Wednesday.
Well, I
You know
got
what
a
I'm saying?
photo of Naya of the shot. If you want, can I, if I could just show it? Hold on.
what shot?
Ooh,
What happened to Naya? She bleeding?
she took that chair. Yeah, that chair shot to the face at the end of her match. She
Mm.
went, ref, got distracted. Nia took the chair that Naomi had brought. She was about to lay out Tiffany, and Tiffany came through and boom, kicked it to her face. And yeah, I guess it busted her open pretty good. Busted her open pretty good. She still, Yam Yam Bigelow. She still, you know what I'm saying?
The
She
big
can keep me.
fine
I'll keep it
machine.
coming.
Nia
I'll
Jax.
keep it coming. Matter of fact.
Nia
Dang.
Jax.
Yeah,
So
but
y'all got
she
anything else, fellas? Because I got to go finish prepping for this show. I just want to tap in with y'all tonight.
Nah, I'm about to slide up out of here my damn self, man. It's
Oh, y'all know
12:20.
how
Hold
it
on.
is, man. It's After Hour Podcast. You know I got to go around and ask everybody, hey, Gamaj, anything you got going on other than yelling at me on Fridays? I don't know, bro. Would that do you something? We cool?
We cool, man.
Gamaj going to hit me in the back with the chair like Seth hit Roman, man. Like, damn. He already got his Shield shirt on. But nothing you got going on, brother?
Nah.
HP, anything you want the people to know about before we get up out of here?
Nah, go ahead and tap in. Monday we'll be back on live. You know what I'm saying? Wednesday Night Wars. Make sure you re-up on the re-ups. You know what I'm saying? Check me out this Saturday. I'll be on my own personal channel, Hall Prison Universe. You can find me right here on YouTube,
Saturday,
Instagram,
you said?
Facebook. No, Sunday. On Sunday. I think I did say Saturday, but
Yeah, I
Sunday.
thought you was doing double duty. As for me,
Nah.
man, New Orleans, Louisiana, Blurred Fest 2025, the Archie Carter. I'm on the way. I will be in the building. I got the set list ready to go. I'm closing out Saturday night, and I can't wait to see y'all down in the booth. You heard me? So that's what I got going on this weekend. I'm about to finish packing. Got some traveling to do, but I had to tap in with y'all. Had to tap in with the guys in the coolest chat on the internet. This is Attitude Era Podcast. We will see y'all Monday night during the main event of Monday Night Raw. Unless something crazy happened in this world of wrestling. But the only way you know is if you hit that subscribe button and that notification button. And we'll see y'all when we see y'all. Hope this weekend is everything you need and want it to be. And it's After Our Podcast, baby. And we out just like that. New Orleans.